forgetting the name of these trees now, and I'm a little late in filming, but they have just been blowing up all over Southern California, especially around here, San Diego County. I read an article online. I guess this is like the biggest bloom in a while now that I pull out here and we don't see anymore. It's something like the Sakagomongo trees or something. It's got a bunch of syllables in it, and that's not even close. I butchered the hell out of it. But happy Friday. It's a gorgeous day. 72, mostly sunny. Coming into Memorial Day weekend, my absolute favorite time of the year. Here's late May. Spring kicks off. Everything blooms. There's some more Sakagawangos, whatever the heck. Nate's already Googling it or typing in the response because he knows what it is and I do not. Running a little late this morning. I had a whole bunch of stuff in ShopMonkey to work with this morning. I've been requesting some new features, and I love how responsive the team is. It's a relatively new company. They're not huge, and you can actually get in their chat and actually talk to a software developer. And you know, you firstly start with their product relations team, and then you submit a new feature request, and they're like, oh, that's a really good idea. Would you mind talking to a software developer to talk about some details? It's like, absolutely not. So we talked to a software dev, and it's just some specifics in canned services and categories and the ability to organize things. Right now, everything's just alphabetical, which is okay, but I would love to see some filters at the top. If I want to do a custom order, do it alphabetical, do it in terms of cost or price or labor hours or frequency at which I do the jobs or whatever, there's room for improvement. And their team's usually pretty responsive. They roll out new updates about once a month, send us an email with the new features. And so far, everything's been good.
Down. All right, down. Up. All right. Good. Yep.
And then it was blind. We've got no tail lights, no headlights, and no front bumper in the Canadian car, pending the LCI light upgrade. Most everything has shipped. I don't see anything being too much of a delay. We should start to see stuff early next week. The first times that we did, my dad and I took the headlights out of his for some reason. I think we had to, no, we were doing the LED halo bulbs, and we really fought with that. This is before I had Nutis. It was a major pain, but eventually we got them out. And putting them back in is the issue because they kind of swoop in, but you risk damaging the paintwork here. And then on the front of the bumper, it's got a little wave. You get scratches in that. Then I look at the Nutis, and it's like, oh, just take the bumper off. It takes 30 minutes. And then they go in and out really easily. So that's what we're doing here. In terms of wiring, the pre-facelift lights have two connections. This little 4-pole here is purely for the leveling and level sensors. And then this primary harness of 8 pins is your power, your ground, your signal wires for all the lighting functions. The LCI 08 Plus lights combine these in one larger connector. So, and the pins are different, and the connector is different, obviously. So we're gonna have to chop this right here at the base and crimp new pins on there with the little waterproofing rubber seal gasket elements in there. Probably be about an hour aside to really do that right, get all the pin assignments right. We gotta move over the adaptive modules from the bottom of the lights. Tail lights, the retrofit kit, which is still available, surprisingly and thankfully, comes with just little wiring adapters to convert our pre-facelift wiring, which is the same as an E39. That's the exact same plug an E39 tail light uses, to the newer style, which of course just has to be a different shape. It does the same thing. Why they have to change it, I don't know. And then it adds a ground that oh so easily presses into this conveniently located ground block directly below the tail light. And it's like that on both sides. So in this early 2006 car, we see what I believe to be the amplifier right there, the Logic 7 amp. And then we see the pre-wiring for our SDARS system, which is the Sirius satellite radio. This is an early car, so it has the 2-pole antenna. This would be your most bus connection and power. And literally that's all it is. Look at that. It's a power wire, a ground wire, and then your most circuit, which is the green wires. And I talked to him about that. This car has FM, AM, the CD player, that's it. He's like, no, I just want Bluetooth. I don't use Sirius. It's like, Bluetooth's a major pain in the ass. You got to get the COM box. You got to get the CIC nav computer, change the console trim. Now the manual shifter's a problem. If you're going to do it, now's the time. Well, we have the console out. He's like, no, I don't want to do it. So fine, no skin off my back. Sirius retrofit's pretty easy. Once you plug everything in and code it, there's a bracket that's still available that goes here, here, and here, and the module just lives right there at an angle. On Sepang, they got together the last item over here today, which was the entry sill trim, I think. So that's new. It's got new clips in there. Center console's in. Showed you that yesterday on the bench. We have a light out in the back for one of these lighter port or power port. There's an orange light that glows around the corner. And the bulb and socket only has one wire on it, which is weird. It has a positive, so where's the ground? Well, it's got a little contact on it, so when you push it in to its socket, it grounds using the grounds for those, which is actually pretty clever. But of course, those bulbs are no longer available, but it's a T5. So I looked up the T5 bulbs, get 10 of them on Amazon for 10 bucks. And then there's little orange, like rubber covers that go over them to make the light orange. So we'll just take that off the old bulb, put it on the new one. We'll have that working. I didn't even ask him if he wants to do that. I figure something that I'm gonna charge him about $2 for is just gonna be right. I definitely like the black console on Sepang. I think that looks way better. As I said yesterday, your touch point should be black. That's how it should have come from factory. Brake fluid flush is done. The stiffening plate is on and torqued to spec. Is it? It is supposed to be. What are these holes for? Oh, that's for the belly pan. The main bolts are back here, and they have a torque spec plus 90 degrees. So we kind of wait to put that on last to make sure all the wiring's good. We don't have to take anything apart again, because then we'd have to replace the bolts yet again. We pan down here, and my car is finally clean again. I don't think I had really given it much of a wipe down since we went to Ohio and Florida, I think. And I've been driving it about 2 weeks, quite a bit. The wheels got actually really dusty, so they're nice and clean again. Tires had turned brown. I've never washed these tires, so I did a little half-ass wash with a bottle of soapy water and a dirty towel, got them black again, and then put some light tire shine on. So what a difference it makes when a car is just a few weeks of just road dust, no rain, nothing big, but it gets dull, and then you wipe it down using a few towels. And I use one towel on the flat surfaces, the roof, the trunk lid, and the hood, and just that towel alone changes color. And then I go to another towel for the vertical surfaces, and finally a third towel for the bumpers and the back, because that's the dirtiest part of the car, and I do that last. And then one towel per left wheels, one towel per right wheels. It's a whole load of wash. It's 2 loads of wash, because I don't wash wheel towels with paint towels, because that would be terrible. Toledo 530, customer approved the cooling system refresh. I will be ordering those parts now or Monday or Tuesday probably, and we'll get to that. We got a new guy out here. This is a 2002 540 delivered today. I really don't know much about this car or its work scope. It has been sitting in Paris, California, which is out towards like Hemet, about 3/4 of the way to Palm Springs. It's just been out there for quite a while. I don't think it's driven for 2 years. It did start with a jump. The truck driver got it started. It's a 6-speed black interior, April 2002 production, 119,000 miles. Lots and lots and lots of room for improvement on this car. Got super old tires, 2014 style 32 wheels. I've never seen that actually. It's missing the little plastic lock rod thing. Has one option other than the manual, and that would be the sunshades. The large ones, oh, the other one worked. I mean, it works, it's just damaged. Got some room for improvement on the trim. Speaker cover looks like it's damaged. This piece is missing. So we got to figure out the work scope, what he wants to do. I guess that's a second option. It's got the contour seats, not the sport contour, unfortunately, but the seats that adjusts halfway up the backrest. It's not enough power to see if it's got seat twist. There's some service records in the back. The clutch was done a couple thousand miles ago. Pretty dirty. So I'm still waiting from the customer to hear exactly what he wants us to do with it. He just sent me an email yesterday. He's like, hey, it'll be there tomorrow. Cool, what are we doing? Look how long the throws are. I guess that's just the factory. I haven't seen one of these factory ones in a while. It's like a foot. And the in-gear play, obviously no one's done the bushings. So we'll see if he wants to do that. Parking brake works. That doesn't stay shut. Again, I don't know what's going on with this car. So maybe it's here just to make it run and drive. Maybe it's here to make it look perfect, which will be good for our financial accounts.